4, Nekrogen will go down to the Ignite, and Kassadin is going to have to run away, leaving Jax to go 1-on-5. I'm not too sure he's going to have the stuff to take it down, and no, he will not. But during all this, Ryze has now actually taken out bottom. Vayne just not able to keep up with him, as POOTERS is going to be going again for the drill. Even though we have lost this top, this is what POOTERS' job is. It's like an invisible Twitch on steroids. He just runs all over this map, putting up this pressure. Look at this. Dan Reborn has to come down here to deal with this, but he's going to get caught out by Jax. This could be easily killed. The bomb's going off. AP Soraka cannot handle it. And now, this could be a point right here for point defense.
What's the timestamp that you're at?
424, 425, 426.
All right, cool. I am back in the game, and I'm on the same time sync as you.
Excellent.
All right, we got POOTERS here now getting chased away from that point that he had approached. Jax backing off before that engagement begins. And we have Shen up at the top end of the map, Nekrogen retaking the windmill.
Yeah, and that's what you were talking about with POOTERS. He can just keep those backtracks and really just keep up that pressure, which means that, yeah, Nekrogen is going to get that windmill, even though they had to take back that drill, and they're getting 4-capped right now.
Yes, they are. Down at the bottom end of the map there, Vayne was left alone to defend against 2 people, and she was not able to do so. Kassadin came down and cleaned her up and enabled point defense to take that point.
Point defense takes the point. I like how that sounds. Nekrogen going in for the taunt on top of Dan Reborn is not going to be able to land the kill, but they are still defending very easily. And look at that. The ping comes down for POOTERS. He's going to head on over there as Jax does drop. But the longer they can tie up forces up here, the lower they can get him, means the better chance that POOTERS is going to have. He might be able to take that quest, although it is going to be a 2-to-1 race. Ryze still doing work down here, keeping Lil Will, making sure he does not go for POOTERS. And can he actually cap this before the top windmill?
Yes, he can.
He gets the quest.
And that's why you take Revive, ladies and gentlemen, is because in moments like that where you get defeated handily at one point, and you have one of your defenders tied up, Sauron keeping one of his opponents back away from that point. If Lithp had a Revive on their team, they would have been able to go up and they would have been able to interrupt that before POOTERS was able to get a full cap. And now POOTERS getting caught at that point. He's got the ultimate going, and he's back up. But how long is he going to be able to delay this before Kassadin's able to show up?
Well, he's doing a good job. It has now gone neutral, however, and that looked like a cleanse, but I'm not too sure it was. But however, it is going to be J4 dropping this point up top, which means we should be able to get a double cap. If Kassadin can keep LeBlanc away, oh my goodness, chunking her down, she's going to drop. Yeah, well, she'll drop now.
A preemptive drop call. You see in the future, it's all right.
It's her passive. I forgot about it.
You got Dan Reborn getting pushed away by Zaberz and Nekrogen up top as they attempt to take windmill. And you got Sauron, important to note. Look at Sauron down here at the bottom end of the map. He's just chilling in the bushes. He's just waiting, leaving that point looking exposed so that he can capitalize on whoever tries to go down there. You can scissor in behind them, keep them from being able to walk back to their summoner platform to heal.
Well, yeah, there he goes. He goes to defend it, no problem. J4 heading up top, however, he sees himself a free point, but Jax hot on his heels. He's not going to let this go, and bam, drops in. Here comes the Nekrogen ult as well. 2-on-1, not exactly in tower range, but the exhaust comes out, and he is not going anywhere except the morgue.
Yes, Dan Reborn trying to push that creep wave, but with Jax and Shen up there, it's going to get batted back in the opposite direction. Kassadin picking up the double kill down at the bottom point, and POOTERS looking for a place to get in at, but he's not quite finding it. They're doing a very good job of defending their singular point, but I guess that's the position you get into when you have one point. You're very easily able to commit all of your team to defending it.
5 defend 1 point. The math works out fantastic.
It does.
Unfortunately, however, the math, this isn't golf. The lower your score you get, the worse you're doing. And the score right now is 433 to 157 as we see Jax insta-give Vayne in this bottom lane.
You're chasing her almost, within range of the laser, but able to not do that. POOTERS getting caught by Deum Inferum up here, and he's going to revive. He's going to go ahead and he's going to speed on out of there. That's the POOTERS, ladies and gentlemen. He just moves so fast. But Dan Reborn getting caught by Zaberz and Tootulz there. You see that damage from that Kassadin, and Tootulz Nekrogen coming down with the taunt, saving Zaberz, get the ultimate, but it's not quite as effective as they'd hoped for. POOTERS trying to capture that point, trying to get them that miracle 5th point. LeBlanc down here, though, able to neutral and maybe gonna get the full cap on this before Kassadin shows up.
426 to 100 and counting. Let's take a quick look at some of these items. Zilean, it's not a cleanse because he has himself a Quicksilver Sash. That's exactly why I kind of failed at that point. But POOTERS, he's going to pop that out right now, and he's just going to throw down that slow on top of Kire and get himself on out of there. Unfortunately, he does look like he is going to be running into a little bit of trouble, but they don't even give him the time of day. No, POOTERS is not worth the time of day. We want that point, and point is what they're going to get, but unfortunately, it does look like Lil Will down south is not enjoying himself 1 versus 3. He will be going down, and that means that this bottom point will again be lost for Lithp.
And you can see Lithp trying to find a place to move out on the map, but you have point defense in absolute shark mode right now, moving back and forth, constantly patrolling for any place where Lithp is trying to move out. And Nekrogen up at the top end of the map now, defending 1 versus 3 up there, but the entire rest of his team is on the bottom half of the map. All he has to do is delay this, however, because they still have a point lead.
A huge point lead. Yeah, it's 419 to 47 and counting. We're about 9.5 minutes into this game, ladies and gentlemen. It does look like that bottom point has actually neutralized itself. Sauron, he's on the case. He's going to be able to grab that back. Not a problem. And the windmill yet again falling under Lith's control, but it is still a 4-cap situation.
Zaberz and Lil Will down at the bottom. And you had LeBlanc trying to pick on Tootulz and POOTERS up there. But, Jax, very dangerous. POOTERS, very good at getting away. Clash pulling off a point to try and help with Tootulz in the middle. No, Sauron coming up from the bottom, get that rune prison down, unloading on Clash. And the clock's ticking down.
Good game, well played. You have about 4,000 games of Dominion on us. It's a little hard to kind of crack what point defense has made for themselves. As you did say, multiple NESL championships and a very ridiculous win rate. It just went up +1 on this game against Lithp.